When you don't have any money, I believe that's the best time for you to sit down, take a piece of paper and a pen and start writing down for yourself what your definition of wealth is. You have to ask yourself, how much am I shooting for? How much is going to be enough for me? Where do I see myself once I start making X amount of money? Because if you don't define for yourself what your ultimate image, feeling, or sound of success is going to be, chances are you will always be part of the right race. You will be making more than enough money but still be part of the right race because you've never recognized where your stop is. You'll keep on going because somehow in your mind you are driven to make more or to look more successful than your neighbors or the people at the office, because that become now the driving competition or the driving factor when it comes to why you keep on going. So this is why it's very important for you to sit down and really ask yourself, what is my definition of wealth? Some people may say, yeah, for me, I'm wealthy as long as my home is actually paid for. I have X amount of money in my saving, and I have X amount of money spread over the place when it comes to my portfolio of investment. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to my own personal enjoyment, I believe I will see myself successful if I can have access to the latest car as far as my vehicle is concerned. Number one, number two, and number three, as far as enjoying life is concerned, if I can just go on vacation twice a year with myself or my family to the most expensive places, then I think I'm set, I'm good. And if I have X amount of money that I'm going to have by retirement age, I'm good. But to someone else, they may say, no, why only one property? How about I go for 4 properties? Why only 4 properties? How about I go and start buying properties all over the place? One for summer, one for winter, and so on and so forth. And one in every continent out there, because I want to be able to enjoy myself when it comes to traveling. When I go places, I don't want to stay at the hotel. I want to stay at my own place. So that becomes now your own definition. And they may say, I would like to travel twice a year, but I don't want to travel commercial. I want to travel private jet. So that's your definition. So that becomes your definition. And someone will simply say, no, not just travel twice a year with my private jet, but I want to have the biggest and the best private jet. So it becomes your own personal definition. But this must be clearly defined on paper. Because if it's not clearly defined on paper, what's going to happen is the risk or the danger is you are always going to be comparing yourself to the next door neighbor. You are always going to be checking out what the next door neighbor is doing. Oh my goodness, I have the latest car, but it's not big enough because my friend over there has bought the biggest and the baddest SUV out there, and I have to go and buy something bigger than that. So it becomes a matter of keeping yourself in the right race because you want to compete with the next door neighbor and so on and so forth. And it will never end because nothing is going to be about the object you're going to be owning, but also about the status. Because if you don't define for yourself how much is going to be enough, guess what, my friend? You're going to say to yourself, yeah, I'm able now to command 6-figure income on a monthly basis. Basically, I've arrived. I'm making more than $100,000 on a monthly basis when it comes to my income. I've arrived, and this is passive income, so I'm feeling very successful. But when I go to my country club, I see people who are basically making what I make in a year. They're making that on a weekly basis, so I feel very small. All of a sudden, I start saying to myself, I am not successful enough. Because you are comparing yourself. Right there and there, you're going to start asking yourself the question, how can I go on to produce more income so I can actually come closer to this person? But what you don't seem to realize is that this person, however big they are in your eyes, when this person goes to certain other circles, this person also feels small. I gave you the example a few months ago of Michael Jordan. I may say to myself, I'm very successful, I'm doing very well, but I will go close to Michael Jordan, I'm feeling very small because Michael Jordan, when it comes to finances, is a billionaire. But it's a funny thing, Michael Jordan will go close to someone like Warren Buffett, will go close to someone like Jeff Bezos, you'll feel extremely small. Why? Because in terms of size of the wealth, Michael Jordan is nowhere close to that gentleman. It's nowhere close to Jeff Bezos. It's nowhere close to Warren Buffett, because they are in completely different world. Even when it comes to the world as billionaires, one is a billionaire and the other one is a multi-billionaire. And of course, if you start looking at life through this list of comparison, it's going to become a never-ending cycle of comparison that's simply going to keep you doing one key thing: stay part of this thing called rat race.